Hey, I'm Candace, a food and lifestyle journalist who loves juicy stories, especially over cocktails. There's something about a great drink that makes people pour out their soul, and bartenders are all too familiar with that.
And he goes, hey, she's really pretty over there. He's like, but I don't really talk to girls. What am I supposed to do?
So, I'm hitting the road, talking to bartenders near and far, listening to what they have to say. I'm back in Brooklyn. Today we're at Oak and Iron, a cozy Americana bar in Greenpoint. The intimate setting is perfect for meeting friends for creative and classic cocktails. Today I'll chat with Melissa, who always finds herself in odd situations behind the bar. She's raw, she's uncensored, and she's ready to share.
After 10 drinks, no one cares. They won't fuck anywhere. Yeah.
Hey Melissa.
Hello, how are you?
Good, great to see you.
Good to see you too.
This is so pretty. What is this?
Thank you. That is my take on an aviation. It is a Mezcal Aviation.
Mezcal is amazing.
Yep, it's huge right now, so I figured why not play around with a classic cocktail, and instead of using gin, which is generally used for an aviation, I decided to smoke it up with some Mezcal.
Very cool. I'm looking forward to tasting it. So delicious.
It's good, right?
This is totally my jam right now.
Nice. Yeah, it's like a nice combination of smoky, sweet. You have a little citrus in there, so you get like the tang of the lemon. I think it's good.
I love that.
Thanks. And it's pretty.
Completely. And I love purple. It's like one of my power colors, so
Nice.
I'm all over it.
Perfect.
Yeah, totally.
Power color, power drink.
Yes. So you know what? I would love to chat with you a little bit more about like your experiences behind the bar, because you've been bartending for like 16-ish years or so.
I mean, not to give away like my old age,
Oh,
but yeah, I started really, really young. I started bartending in New York City when I was 20 years old. So in New York, it is 16 years, yeah.
Very cool.
Of nonstop.
I know it's been absolute mayhem, and I cannot wait to hear all about it.
I'm happy to tell you.
Yeah, so you know what? Let's find a cozy seat and get started.
Awesome.
Alrighty. Liz, I'm so excited to chat with you today.
Me too. I'm excited you're here.
Yeah, thank you. Being in New York, I'm sure that you've had different experiences trying to kind of like encourage people to do something a little bit new. What type of other crazy experiences or situations have you been through?
I mean, thousands.
Okay, thousands is good.
There are definitely a few that come to mind.
I know that there's like I was talking to someone else and they were talking about like SantaCon and like these different planned bar hopping situations and outings.
Yeah.
Have you
The pub
unfortunately
crawls.
been christened by those?
Yeah, so the pub crawl scene isn't exactly my scene, but it is a thing. There are dozens a year, the biggest being SantaCon, that everyone's heard of SantaCon.
Right.
I have worked, I want to say 10 SantaCons in a row, probably from the second ever SantaCon. But yeah, it was a big part of my bartending career for a really long time, and it's the fucking worst. So I would say,
You don't say.
I would say on a scale of 1 to ridiculous bar experiences, one of my SantaCon experiences, I think, takes the cake for absolutely insane. So I was working at this bar, my beloved Black Bear Lodge in Gramercy Park. One of my favorite jobs in the entire world. We closed a few years back. And this, I'm almost positive, was only the second or third SantaCon. At this point, it was big in New York. I think they'd had one in San Francisco. So it wasn't what it is today, but I think for me, that's what makes it more insane. Like, the cops weren't onto it. It wasn't as commercial. So these fuckers would just come out and do whatever they wanted.
Like
now
terrorize.
I think now they're a little more careful. They know they've been getting arrested. I think they try to not be as insane. Back then, like, it was a free-for-all. It was just absolutely insane. So I was working by myself on, I'm pretty sure, a Saturday afternoon happy hour at Black Bear, and I would say in the span of 20 minutes, I went from 2 customers to 200. So of course I'm calling in help, I'm hungover, I'm like bringing up beer, I'm trying to serve all these fucking drunk Santas and slutty elves, and and they are just the worst part of society. They are it's just awful. People are screaming at me and yelling at me and waving money and throwing things and fighting each other. I mean, we're talking like it went from 0 to 1,000 very, very quickly. So before I could get, before other people could even get there, I'm trying to make drinks and basically handle crowd control. We had this great special where you got like a bucket and 6 cans of beer. It's like $10 for happy hour.
Awesome.
So I'm just basically throwing buckets of beer at people. And we had this back room that was kind of secluded. It was the dart room, but I knew just from my experience there that people would go back there and try and do, naughty things. So I go to do a lap around the bar, just, check the rooms, check that back room, make sure people are behaving. I can't really do anything on my own at this point, but I'm just letting people know, like, I have my eyes on them.
Right.
So I go into this back dart room, and there are 4 men, grown-ass men, peeing in the bucket.
Why?
Peeing, like, dick in hand. Well, because I guess the bathroom lines were very, very long. We only had 2 bathrooms. The bar was overloaded.
It's an alternative, but...
And these guys were pissing in a beer bucket. And I remember being like, "You're middle-aged!" And one of the guys like turned around with his dick in his hand and accidentally peed on me.
No! That is disgusting.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely horrendous. I didn't even know what to do. I just looked at them in like utter shock and awe. I was like, get the fuck out of the bar or whatever. I don't even know if they actually listened. I had to get back behind the bar. But yeah, I was peed on.
That was like an unwanted golden shower.
Yes, it was.
Fantastic.
I mean, it was my leg. I was wearing pants, thankfully, but it was unpleasant.
And you had to work the rest of the day like that?
Oh yeah, I had like 5 more hours left.
No.
Yeah. It was.
I would have
just
died.
like, you're middle-aged. You are literally like a stockbroker in your 40s in a Santa suit, pissing in a bucket. Well, who told you that this was okay?
Right, and your life can't get any worse at this moment right now.
Yeah, it's pretty rough, but
it's intense. I'm so sorry, but that's pretty great.
I mean, it's a story.
It's
a good story
more
to
than
tell.
that.
But
That's really good.
If I hadn't been that busy, I probably would have I don't know, kicked him in the dick maybe, but it was just too busy for me to even have a reactionary moment. So I just went back to work.
Cheers to that survival.
I know, right?
And this has been so good. Could you show me how to make this, because I want to expand my home bar?
Yeah, for sure.
And I would love to know.
I know, I hear you love Mezcal and
I
purple.
do.
So
yes!
We'll hook you up.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. And today, I'm gonna be making you a Mezcal Aviation. And we're gonna start it with 3/4 of an ounce of fresh squeezed lemon juice, the creme de violette, which is the money maker. I'm gonna do 1/4 of an ounce of this. And then we're gonna move on to the maraschino liqueur, and that is 1/2 an ounce of maraschino liqueur. 2 ounces of mezcal go into this Mezcal Aviation. We're gonna ice it down and give it a really good shake. And then we're gonna double strain it. This beautiful drink gets garnished with a brandied cherry. And there you go, a Mezcal Aviation.